Welcome to the Callahan Conversation Series as we meet and chat with the top 5 finalists in both the men's and women's division for the 2020 Callahan Award. I'm Evan Lepler, thrilled to be joined by Jac Carreiro from the Tufts University Elephant Men varsity program, as the shirt says. Jac, good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Last 24 hours have been pretty great. Good to see all the support, and it's been a whirlwind of the last 2 months too. So just doing the best we can to just stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive.
How did you learn that you were a top 5 Callahan finalist, and what was your genuine reaction?
I actually learned through our team Snapchat group. One of the guys sent a screenshot of the Ultimate article with my and Margot's names circled on it, and it was just like, I kind of didn't expect it because there are so many other great players and great leaders in the division, and I was just really excited, and I felt great to have all the support of all my friends who were lighting up a Snapchat group saying hey, congratulations, great job, we love you guys. And it was just great to see that and get that connection with the team again, even though we weren't there.
Yeah, I mean, typically it's not a huge surprise for a school like North Carolina to have a finalist in the men's and women's division. We've seen some other big schools. What does it mean for Tufts University to have a finalist in the men's division and the women's division?
And I think it happened in 2015, I think, because Tyler Chan and Chena were were both Callahan Award finalists. And I think as the EWO have been great for years, and they're always really good, and their best players are always great, and they're always super deep. And I think E-men have always had a little bit of a chip on their shoulder because of the era we play in has been known to have a lot of bids, and it's always close every year. We have 4 or 5 teams in the top 30, but sometimes we miss those bids. I think it means a lot to the program because we're established, and I think that's kind of why I do it for the people around us. And we work hard for the team, and we always, whenever we write emails or say the word team in the program, we always refer to it as a capital T, capital E, capital A, capital M, because that's kind of what we're there for. We're not there for our individual stuff. We're there to make the team better any way we can. And I think this is just a huge nod to the Tufts program. I started on the B team as a freshman, and then now I'm a top 5 Callahan finalist. It's just a commitment to the program that everyone has, and everyone has a hand in it. And I think they can't be understated.
I wonder how many Callahan finalists all time started on the B team. That'd be an interesting thing to research. I don't know too many that have. I'm curious to hear a little bit more about your kind of ultimate origin story. What sports did you play growing up? How'd you find ultimate, and how have you gone from a B teamer as a freshman to one of the top 5 players in this year's Callahan race?
Well, I started playing baseball when I was 3 or 4. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. I ran cross country and track in high school. I played CYO basketball, and then flag football at recess and stuff, and kickball, and all the classic New England games I'm sure you're familiar with. And then in high school they had ultimate frisbee in gym class, and it was kind of here's a third of the gym you can play in, and then it's who cares what you do, and it was just good to get active. And then one of the track guys at high school played around with some dudes who played in the Buttonwood Park, which is the local park near me, and we played in the 140-yard field with no end zone lines, but just here's the place you score, this tree to this rock, and then this tree to the this manhole cover to the stands on the other side. I was all right, let's do that. And then came to Tufts and was this is interesting, let's try it, why not? And all the E-men were really supportive. All the sophomores who were there were really supportive. You should play, you have to play. It's going to be a great time, and I enjoyed hanging out with them, and so I did. And then our coaches were super supportive. I played on Big Wrench with Saul, actually, in 2017, and the captain of Big Wrench was our coach, Gene. And then they brought in Nick Adolph and Jack Hatchett and Claudia my junior year, and then they were just do these things, and then just our our program just exploded, I think. And, you know, we went from like being like 105th our sophomore year to like 19th or 18th last year. I think this year our goal is to be top 10. And I think we're going to like eventually, hopefully we can do that. But like the players and the teams, like just throwing every day, and then like getting the matchup against guys who I thought were like way better than me when I was a freshman, and who were just like, you need to just keep doing this stuff and just keep playing. And, you know, I think getting that experience of like competing with your friends, I think is invaluable, because you can try really hard and then they're also able to give you advice that makes you a better player. And, you know, because like you're kind of blind to your own weaknesses, right? But when you're frank with your friends, you can just get better at a way faster rate. And I think that whole like team aspect of it, that is why I think I'm good and why I try to be good, is because like I want to do the best I can for the members of the team that I play with, and those guys are what really matter. And I could kind of care less about what individual stuff, but like the fact that my friends are all excited for me in this place really makes it special. And I think, like, you know, I do it for them, and that's why I do it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it's clear you're all about team more than the individual. I'm trying to get you to talk about yourself a little bit, not succeeding, but that's okay. When you were on the B team, did you have a desire to become one of the best players in the college division?
I started out on the B team. Yeah, I think it was more that I couldn't throw a backhand was the real issue than like athletically. You know, I literally could not throw a backhand to save my life. I could throw flicks at whatever range, because I played baseball, so I had the mechanic down. The backhand's really challenging, and like, you know, I think a couple of guys in the A team were like, hey, watch all these videos of these guys playing. So I watched like the Oregon Pitt semifinal for 2030 Nationals. Like I watched that game probably like 60 times. Yeah, that's an overestimation. I watched it a lot, and it was like great to watch those guys play. And, you know, like I kind of took different things from different people's games, and like I worked really hard at trying to throw with the guys in the team. And, you know, I think eventually I just kind of worked hard enough and threw enough and got good enough at those things that I could just, you know, eventually be good. And yeah, I think the desire was always there, but it's more of a desire because I think the sport is really interesting. And I think a lot of the other sports like baseball and like basketball, it's like, what can I do to get myself better? And I think the thing that motivates me to get better in this sport is that we want our team to succeed, and you have to get as good as you can for your team to succeed, because this is, I think, the ultimate kind of team game. Ultimate, no pun intended, but you know, that I think is a great motivator. And I think having the support of all the people being like, you can be good and like you can do it, you know, I think is great. I think that's like why I think I tried and I wanted to be good, was because people believe that I could be good. And, you know, I don't want to let them down is the whole thing, I think.
Very cool. Well, clearly you're all about team, and you're trying to become the first Tufts University student to win the Callahan Award in 18 years.
Yeah.
Since Mike Zalisk did it.
Yeah.
In 2002. Yeah. So, Jac Carreiro, thanks so much for joining me. Best of luck. The Callahan Award will be unveiled this coming Thursday. So you don't have too much longer to wait. Be well, okay? Yeah. Stay good.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Evan. Have a good day.